Welcome back to From the Source podcast. This is episode 19, and today we're talking about motivation and fitness and how we keep motivation when sometimes maybe we're not feeling it. So we're going to start with motivation or discipline. What do you think is more important?
Discipline. I think discipline will get you through the hard times, because I think there's bags of time each week where I'm not motivated at all.
Yeah.
But the discipline to, complete the event in the future outweighs it all. I think has to be.
Yeah, and people get it wrong, don't they? People say, "Oh, I'm just really lacking motivation." Oh, I can't find the motivation to go. What they mean is really, you're not disciplined enough yet, and you need that discipline. Discipline is like going when you don't want to go, or doing it when you don't want to do it. Whereas sometimes you'll feel a burst of motivation, and you'll be like, "Oh, I really want to get to the gym and hit this session," or "I really want to run. I've just got a sudden urge to run." That's kind of motivation. But
I think when you're having like a good training week, you're highly motivated. I think that helps. But when you, don't know, haven't said like I'd like a shit run, you're just like, "Oh, tomorrow I can't be arsed," because every excuse comes out the window, doesn't it?
yeah,
It's just, I don't want to do it, I'm sore or whatever. And discipline, you just got to just grind out.
yeah. Do you think this discipline's something you can build on and work on, like practice?
I think so, yeah. I think maybe discipline and routine kind of work hand in hand. You build up a bit of a routine, which makes you a bit more disciplined, and then, I don't know, you might find a way to motivate yourself when you're feeling a bit down that day, just to get out. I don't know, you just have to find something, don't you?
Yeah,
I think it's your brain's way sometimes of being like, "Oh, fuck, like, don't do a 10K today," and you just go, okay.
yeah. I was gonna say then you'd probably have different thresholds of discipline with different people. So my discipline, sometimes or motivation even, I will feel like I don't really want to work out. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just, not often, but I'll get I just don't feel it today. Just really can't be arsed today. But it's only a day every so often. Whereas some people, it's like this feeling keeps coming. And it's what you said about routine. The more you do it when you don't want to do it, will eventually turn into, I want to do it now.
Yeah, it'll just I think once you built the routine, you're just going to autopilot, and you'll pretty much just end up at the gym. You're like, "Oh, I didn't feel it today, but I've just ended up here.
Yeah.
So I might as well." I think sometimes especially for me, if I was like ever having like an unmotivated day, I'd maybe try and find someone that you can train with, because that person you might be motivated today, so
Yeah,
you
they'll
might be able to
bring you
drag me through it. And then I get halfway through. It's a classic. You get halfway through the workout, and then you're just like, "Oh, don't know what I was bothered about."
Yeah.
And you've
Everyone
done it.
always says at the gym, "Oh, I really didn't want to come today, and I'm so glad I have." Or, "I really didn't want to come today, and I knew this was the session that I had to get to because I didn't want to." And there's something about that, isn't there, where people say, like, it was really, I didn't want to do it, so I made myself do it. That's discipline.
Yeah, I think for me, it's doing it definitely doing it on the days where you don't want to do it. Those are the ones that will actually pay off in the long term.
Yeah. It's funny, I think. Some people live their life like in the comfortable zone, in the life's too short, so I don't want to do anything that I don't want to do. So I don't want to do that workout today. And you know what? Life's too short, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do what I want. And then what is it that makes people like us say, I don't want to work out today, so I'm going to do it? What is that? It's weird, isn't it?
I think sometimes is it not just like a bit of a stronger mind? Because if you're like really weak-minded, that first thought that comes in your head that's like, "Don't do it today, Sam," and you just go, "Okay." You don't even like fight it. You don't even like say, "Right, give it 10 minutes. Let me have a brew or whatever. Then I'll go." It's always instantly like,
because we all get that little voice saying, just sleep in or
Yeah,
don't go.
or just you say yourself, I'm going to do a 5k, and you go get to 4, and I mean, once you get past halfway, like you might as well finish. In my eyes, you've done.
done it.
It's like getting up the top of the mountain and then just going, I'm not going home now.
Yeah,
Like, well, you're stuck.
yeah.
Like, you're never getting home
You
then.
have to keep plodding along.
You have to chip away. And if you've got that discipline to be like, well, last week I said I wasn't going to do it, and I completed it anyway. We're here again. Let's just do the same. And like you said, once you finish the workout, everyone always says like, "Oh, so glad I came."
Yeah, it's important to do that as well for your own mental health or happiness or just life satisfaction of when things get tough, you don't give up and just give in. You carry on. Or, like some people might think going to the gym is a waste of time because we're all going to die anyway. But it's like, I want to experience my limit, not in a cringy way, but I want to like push myself
Yeah.
to exertion to like know what it feels like to get there.
But if you just existing, like you could live for 90 years. That is just a lot of nothing if you don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Am I just sitting there for just 90 years just waiting for that day?
Yeah.
Like what? You've not tried anything.
You want to feel it. You want to feel everything. You want to feel what it's like to be like almost sick from a workout. And you want to feel what it's like to run that extra K. So you've run a marathon. Imagine what it's like to run 50K. You've never experienced that before. And that could keep you ticking for the rest of your life. Like you could always get one more thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like you said, people they just give up with it, don't they? The first hurdle.
I think because, do you know what I think it is? I think the people that don't have the discipline want the motivation, and they want the motivation to just come at them and just be there. So when they wake up on a Monday and they've said that they're going to go to the gym, they're waiting for this like, where is it? I thought this big burst of energy was going to come because I really want it, but it doesn't.
How many days do you wake up, do you reckon, in a week, jump out of bed and go, can't wait to run in the cold, or can't wait to go to the gym in the cold?
Like a big zero.
How many times? Like, don't know, maybe on a Saturday workout and it's sunny, I think, oh, it's going to be a good one today. There's going to be loads of people there, nice day.
Yeah, but you're excited for every element of it except for the actual chunk of workout. But because you forget,
you forget about, you just, like I said, the autopilot, you just end up turning up. And then all of a sudden, the whistle or the clock goes or whatever, and you're just like, oh, God, I've got to do exercise for 60 minutes. But I don't know, you're there then.
It's interesting when you speak to people who don't do that with their lives. Maybe they don't go gym. It's interesting speaking to people like that, I think, because you almost get a sense of people feel a little bit, not angry, but little bit resistant to like listening to you say, "Oh, I go gym on a Saturday morning," and some people don't like to hear that. Like, they feel like they're not as good as you because they don't do that. And in a way, if you're not doing anything with your life, like you're not training, you're not gymming, and you're just sitting, you are like less superior in a way, because you want to be fit and healthy and like chase life. You don't want to sit.
You're less superior, I think, in that field.
Yeah.
But they'd be more superior in other fields. But then I do think having the discipline and motivation for the gym is one thing, but turn it the other way, I actually take my hat off to the other people that are extremely disciplined to do nothing. That is all. Like, you flip it the other way, you're really disciplined to eat McDonald's 7 days a week. Like, you're super motivated to do that.
Yeah.
So it's not that discipline and motivation is not in your life at all. It is. It's just in stuff that is completely, like, I don't want to say wrong, but there's more chance of like you dying of bloody all that shit than anything else.
Yeah. So you're willing to risk it all for the Mackies.
Yeah, so you're super disciplined in that. You know, take your hat off to him for it. Like,
Or you could flip it again and be like, those people are just so coasting that they are open to any possibilities. Because when you drive, how many Mackies do you see? I bet if you drove for 2 hours, you'd see 5 Mackies,
oh, at least,
right?
yeah.
So when they see it, the brain goes, "Oh, I'd love a Mackies right now," and then they just do that for everything they see. Like you go in a shop, what's the first thing you see? You pretty much see the sweet and chocolate aisle or something sweet, and your brain goes, "I want that," and then it's more disciplined to go, "I want that, but I'm not gonna have it," than, "Oh, go on then, I'll have that again."
Yeah, but I think might go back to that little bit of the weak mind in terms of like not resisting the first time your brain says, "Oh, go over there and get that sweets or chocolate."
Yeah,
You just say, "Yeah, okay, I'll walk over there."
and the gym makes you have a stronger mind.
Yeah,
Do you
I
not
mean, it
think?
has to in those horrible workouts, or when you're out running or whatever. You have no choice. We do a high rocks. You you have no. Well, I mean, obviously you can stop if you want to, but out of sheer embarrassment, you're not going to unless you're injured.
Yeah,
You have to finish. So it will teach you so many things for that hour.
yeah.
You'll learn a lot about yourself.
It's a weird thing that you want to be more disciplined at going to the gym. Like, let's say that someone is fed up with not going to the gym, even though they want to go and they want like more motivation or more discipline to go to the gym. To get that, isn't it weird that you actually have to go to the gym? Like, to be more disciplined at going, you have to just go. And eventually, your level of discipline will be like, no, you are going today. You said you were going to go, so you're going to go.
Yeah, and you learn to love it after hating it. Really, but it's the same with like every skill. You like it, and then in order to get better at it, you have to become more disciplined and grind through it. When it's hard, and that's where you have to dig deep on your reserves of past disciplines and motivations and just pull yourself through it.
Yeah.
Because then people will say to you like, "Oh, I just don't know how you do it. I just don't know how you stay motivated." And it's like, you know, I I do have shit days. Like I'm not just like fucking Superman.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know how you do it. Oh, I wish I was like you. It's like, well, you know, you gotta you just gotta do it, haven't you? We're
Yeah.
not like elite athletes either or anything like that, but
But you have to do it for years.
yeah, but you
I
have to
think,
also do it for yourself. Like my you might feed off my motivation and discipline, but I can't give you it. Like,
yeah. If you're
use it.
going gym every day, you can't make. I I can't go to the gym every day just because you do. Like I have to do it for myself as
Yeah,
well.
I could text you every day and go, "I've gone to the gym today," and you could go, "Oh, great, that's great, I'm going to go." And then you could flip it the other way and be like, "Well, no, I can't be arsed because you always go, you always talk to me about it." So you just have to find a way to just drag yourself there.
Mm. Yeah. I
It
think
it's not hard, but it is hard.
it's, it's just interesting. I think when you think about it, some people have that discipline or motivation, and some people really don't have it. But it does take a while to get it. You have to build it, and discipline's whether you think of it like a skill or an amount, like you have to build it up in order to get better at applying it to your life.
I think there's maybe if you look at life a bit like a game, there's levels to it, and you just have to go through each level. And when you meet a person that's fitter in life, they've probably gone through more levels of discipline than you have. And it's not that you'll never get there. You just have to, do a bit
Unlock
more.
it.
Yeah, you have to just keep unlocking. Like it's like Call of Duty of XP or something. You just got to just
Yeah, you
put
unlock
the
a new.
time in.
Yeah,
You
you,
play Call of Duty for 100 days. You'll build up a lot of levels on there,
yeah,
but you're never going to get it if you just get to level 10 and be like, oh, I'm shit at it
done.
now. Yeah, it's just never going to work. No one's going to give you it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you have to build that habit, like we kind of touched on. You have to create a habit of going so that even when you've got that kind of not got any discipline, or you've not got your like motivation, you've got the habit of, I do this at this time.
Yeah.
You know, like going to the gym at the same time every day is so good, because, or just training at the same time every day, because you're less likely to give up, or like sack it off. If you say, oh, at 5 p.m. I'm doing this every day, when it hits that time, you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm doing gym.
And if you miss that 5 p.m. and you give in and you stay at home, you'll feel crap later on at night. You feel like you've
Yeah.
cheated yourself or something. You're like, I wish I'd have just gone. Time's gone now.
I feel restless when I,
Yeah,
like now, because it's a
yeah,
habit. If I am not going and it gets to that time, I think there's something in your body, like your body clock's thinking, hang on a minute, we're normally absolutely fucked by 5:30 and you're just chilling on the sofa.
yeah,
What's going on? What's gone on? So I think you need to build that habit so that your body knows what you're doing at what time. Because your body knows when you go to sleep and it knows when you wake up. But them people who have erratic schedules, like all over the place, your body will just be absolutely fucked.
yeah. Just won't know where it's going, and it's planning your time and just fitting it in, being disciplined enough to do it. I was trying to think of a quote then about something about when it actually gets, when the workout or whatever gets tough. That's like when the actual work starts.
Oh yeah, it's Muhammad Ali or something about
Yeah,
sit-ups.
yeah.
When it's the last few reps.
When you feel like something about like when you feel the pain, that's when you should start counting.
Yeah, it's
Something
cool
like that.
that. Yeah, I bet. Do you know what? I bet he never said that. I'm sure
No,
it was like Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or something.
everyone just requotes each other, don't
Yeah,
they? And just takes a new bit. But yeah, it's something like that. So, you just got to, when it gets hard, that's when it actually really counts.
yeah, and it does take a long time. I think people go into the gym or they start a new sport or something, and they think that they're going to have all this discipline and motivation, and they're going to go every day. When really it takes like, I'd say it takes years
Yeah.
to get to a point where you can say to people, "Oh, I can't come because I'm at the gym." Like I might say to people, I won't make it if it's not important. I won't make it at that time because I'm at the gym, but I'll be there at 7. Like most people might just be like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I'll come."
Yeah, because I know they're sat at home wanting to go to the gym, but they're also sat there going, if anyone texts me right now to do anything but the gym, I'm going to sack it off.
Yeah, because you've got two minds.
Yeah, yeah. You've
You've
got
got your
two
mind,
shoulders, haven't
and
you?
you've got your mind that just wants all the fun.
Yeah,
And basically, we're always in a conflict. So when someone texts you saying, "Should we go out for a few beers tonight, or should we go out for food tonight?" and you've signed up to the gym, or you've planned your gym in your day, you've got two minds going. I want to go, but I don't want to go, and you have to listen to one.
but you can, if you think about it, you can do both.
Yeah, you can.
You'll just end up being an hour late to something. All you've missed out on is probably an hour of just shit chat and a few beers. But you get there and everyone's still there and the beers haven't moved.
If anything, it's better because you've missed out on the awkward. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, everyone's wasted by the
How's
time
your
you get
day?
there. Yeah,
Better to come a bit late because then you've missed all the awkward chit chat
yeah.
and you get to the real stuff.
And then you've done what you needed to do and you've best of both worlds, really.
Yeah,
But people are just desperate sometimes to just, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, I've been waiting all day for that person to text.
yeah, and they just sack it off immediately.
You've sat there waiting. You could have actually trained and then just gone, oh, I could also go out as well now.
Yeah, I think as well, people need, for motivation especially, you need a goal or a target to work towards. Because when you just go to the gym, like you just go and you have no thought process about it, as in you're not aiming for anything, you're not thinking about anything, you're just going to keep fit. If your target was, I want to get fitter and lose weight or put on muscle or something else, then that's fine. But if you don't have like a target or a goal, it's easy to drop off. Do
Yeah.
you not think?
Well, I mean, it's easy to drop off or like plateau. You like you've pushed yourself to like bench 60 kilos. Like, what's the point anymore? What am I training for? I know I can lift it. You're just in that comfortable zone then, and you
And
just
that's where you don't want to be.
yeah, you want to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
You see them people in the gym, like every gym in the world, the comfortable lifters who are just lifting like the same weights, doing the same speed. They're not you. You can look at someone in the gym and think, whoa, they're working hard, or you can look across to someone else and think, wow, they're really just kind of
Just
chilling.
yeah, telling everyone they're going to the gym and just
Which is fine if that's what you are happy doing, but I think then they're the people that it's easy to say, I'm not going tonight,
yeah,
because it's a boring thing. You want to be like, right, like if I went to the gym tonight, I did squats tonight, and I was thinking, right, I want to hit like 100 or 110 tonight, and then I went with that mindset. So then when I got there, I actually like pushed myself to do it. Whereas if I just go and think, oh, I'm just gonna go tonight, and I'm just gonna go because I've been, like, it might be easier to say, well, I'm not gonna go tonight now because I've got to do this instead.
yeah. I mean, it's just easy to know that you could like squat 80 kilos comfortably and do 8 reps, but you push yourself and do 100. I think having a goal for anything is important, and kind of in a way forgetting about all the minor things along the way. I was just thinking about the podcast in itself, thinking like this is episode 19, and that's been 19 weeks pretty much of recording.
Mm-hmm.
And when we first started, it was basically like, don't look at like, the metrics of like views and likes and stuff like that, and the discipline. We do this every week, and we obviously do more content now. That's just extra discipline you just added on, and you've taught yourself other things and stuff like that. And you just ignore the followers and the views,
Yeah,
and
you keep going because you've got the discipline now.
yeah, and you're motivated by like it. I think, well, I am anyway. I'm just motivated by enjoying it. Like,
Yeah.
that's my motivation. It's not to be the the best. If we are, we are. But if we're not, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, that's more important than the measures of, let's say it's the gym, or let's say it's the podcast, like whatever you're measuring it against, whether it's views or weight or kilograms or whatever. When you are doing something, the number one measurement is, am I enjoying it?
Yeah,
And that's the cool thing with the gym, is that there is so many things you could do, so many sports, so many twists or turns of like taking fitness, but you could do CrossFit, or you could do powerlifting, or you could do high rocks. Like, there's so many different things, but as long as you enjoy it, that's the number one measure you need. If you've not got that enjoyment, you're not really going to have that motivation to go and do it, and your discipline's going to be a constant battle to get there.
I do think they both you grow each of them together, but also separately. I think they both come hand in hand, and one will bail each other out with like discipline and motivation.
Yeah, it's like motivation's here, and this is, what am I aiming for, and how much do I enjoy it? And then discipline is just, what am I going to do when I don't feel like doing it, or when motivation's low? Yeah, what am I going to do then? And it's like, they go hand in hand, but they're also polar opposites, aren't they?
Yeah.
So let's say our podcast, we put out a video, it does really well. Your motivation to get that again goes up, and your discipline goes up, because you kind of like saying, all right, well, let's keep going till we get there. But obviously, if it takes months and months and months, motivation's going down, but your discipline kind of stays up because you still want that. And they will go down a little bit, but then hopefully you get that enjoyment again.
You just have to somehow find a way to pick it up and stuff. You could, this 19, we could have said, well, by 20 episodes, we want to be X amount of followers. And if you're not, then you're going to be down. Your motivation's going to be low. But it's like discipline to go, well, let's just get on with it. Let's keep posting, because like we said, probably right at the start, is if we stop and have poor discipline, you'll never grow, because the channel will just stop and cease to exist, and you have to explain to all your mates, like, why did you stop? And you just look a bit of a tit. So,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
the same, and it's the same for fitness. It's like you see people starting doing stuff, start running, go to run clubs, go to gyms, sign up to new competitions, and then they keep going, and you're like, whoa, like they're so disciplined, they're so motivated. And then you see other people, I'm starting running, and then, in fact, do you know what you see? You don't actually see them fall off. You just see the return. So
yeah.
like I see it on Instagram. Oh, I'm back on running again. Like, what happened? And no one cared, that you fell off. Just carry on. But they do. Everyone loses that motivation and discipline unless you do it for ages.
Well, you just think like you start your High Rocks journey or the podcast or whatever. You create that page or whatever you're doing, and then everyone's like buzzing, or your mates share it. Everyone's like you're proper hyped up, and you're like peaking. And then how many of our mates stuff really like our reels on this, and not as many as the followers that you've got,
Yeah,
and they all hype up at the start and they go, oh, love it, and then they just don't do anything.
yeah,
This isn't me calling everyone out, by the way. I'm not bothered, but I don't care. But they don't. So then you're just like, oh, who's going to drag me along? But then maybe in a year or 2 years' time, someone sees you and thinks, shit, you're like smashing a High Rocks. Like, how did you get here? And they all try and shoot you down. It's like, well, actually, I grinded in the dark when no one supported me,
yeah.
and
That's
everyone
cool.
comes back full circle.
I like that about every element of life. I like it when you are in this quiet working zone where no one cares about you. You're just going to the gym by yourself. You're working on your fitness. You're working on your body. You're working on your health, and then you come through this other side, and everyone's like, "Whoa, you're so good at that," or "Whoa, like when did you get so good at high rocks or whatever it is in any element of life?" And you're like, I did it back there on my
Yeah,
own.
yeah,
You didn't care.
yeah.
But I like it when people don't care, because you're like, you're working in silence, and you know that your come up is soon.
But that for me anyway, that's the motivation that keeps me going. It's like, maybe I'm overthinking, but maybe you're sat at home thinking, oh, like, they're not doing anything with the podcast and stuff, because all of our content now seems to be getting shared with people we just don't know. So no one really knows what we're doing, like, that we know. And all of a sudden you pop up on a big video or something and everyone's like, God, I didn't realize you were doing that. And it's like, well, you know, I actually get motivated by the fact that you don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, I like it when people don't know.
Yeah, like, write me off.
Yeah.
Please write me off.
Do you know what I like? I like it when, even with fitness stuff, when people see that you've done something, and they're like, "Whoa, I didn't know you were a runner." And I like it because it means I'm not bragging.
But then in that moment you are.
But then in that moment, you're like, "Well,
Yeah. Because
now's my time to brag."
it is like, you could, say for us doing the High Rocks, we could get like a cracking time. I thought that was my barber.
That was my barber.
Yeah,
Someone ran past the window, by the way, and Sam thought it was his barber.
yeah.
Was it?
Sorry, yeah. He's my motivation for
You've
High
lost your
Rocks.
train of thought now.
No, it's about High Rocks. Sorry, and I actually have now as well.
You were saying when we do a High Rocks.
Yeah. So like, you tell everyone you want an hour and stuff like that, and then no one really follows you on Strava and all of that lot, and then we finish and we do get an hour, we get close to it, and they're like, oh, didn't realize how much you were training. It's like, well, we run quite a few times a week together, and then we do running separately, and then we go to the gym, and then we train together. If you actually check my Strava out, I'm doing a lot of work per week.
Yeah. But because you don't post it on Instagram, no one knows.
And because I'm not. But then the thing is, you could post it I could post every single Strava on Instagram, and people would like it at the start, and then the same thing would happen. They'd fall off and be like, look, he's posting on Strava again, not liking
you
that.
Get filtered out, don't you?
Yeah. And you're just spamming everyone. So then everyone's like, oh. And then you get that hour, and you're just like, everyone's like, shit, I didn't realize you could do that. And it's like, well,
yeah.
We did say we were going to do it.
Do you know what? I toy with this idea all the time of fitness social media, and I go to the gym pretty much every day, maybe 6 times a week, at least probably 5. And if I'm not at the gym, I'm running. So like any day that I don't do the gym, I'm running.
Hmm.
And sometimes I get this like urge to post something about the gym because I kind of want people to know I do it. But then I think, why do I care what they know? And I have to like I went on a run the other day and I did a 10K and I was going to post it on Instagram. And I was thinking, why am I going to post it? Like, why? And I couldn't find the answer, so I just didn't post it. And I think now I toy with it all the time thinking, what do I need to prove to someone? Like, I just want to say, oh, look at me, I've been for a run.
Yeah.
And I want someone to like it so they go, cool, you've been for a run. But really, I'm running for me, for my personal like health and fitness and lifestyle. I don't need someone else to know I've done it.
Yeah, because
Weird,
they,
isn't it?
they don't. Yeah, it is a. I do find it quite strange. Like, and then I don't know. It's like when you get successful with it and stuff, and everyone will just like write you off, and they always shoot you down, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You could be the top of the thing, and I don't know.
People love it. We've seen on our content when we post something. Normally, the comments are going against what we've said. So I could say something now, right, and then someone might comment and be like, "That's not true."
Hmm.
Instead of, you never get someone going, "Wow, this is so true." Maybe you do sometimes.
You'll get the odd
actually.
one. Probably
Yeah.
out of 100, you might get about 10, I reckon.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
But the rest of them just like negative Nancys, aren't they? They just want to shoot it down. They're just keyboard warriors. That's all they do.
There's so many in the world.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know. It's probably like a mixture of like a jealousy thing. Like, I don't care what you write about me. Like, you can say whatever you want. I'm not bothered because we're doing it for what we want to do. But I don't know. It's like they get enjoyment out of doing it, and then they'll
I think-
motivate you at the start, not watch the journey, and then shoot you down when you make it,
Yeah.
and be like, "Well, I didn't realize you could do that," or, you know, "When did you practice that?" or whatever. And it's just like, well, I've been always been doing it,
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
and now I'm going to get your negative support. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird concept that I personally, but I know a lot of people feel like when you do work out, you have to prove that you do it so people know, but really you don't care.
But then
You
if
really
you,
don't care if they know or not.
but then if you're uploading it and you're proving it to them, they also don't give a shit, and after a while they just get bored of watching it, and then they don't watch you.
Yeah.
And then they unfollow you, and then if you make it big, they'll follow you back again and just give you shit.
It's a cycle, isn't it?
And it is just that, like, I look at like people that are like proper made it, like super famous people. They must just be like, they don't even like check the comments, do they?
No.
Like, those big YouTubers won't even look at the comments. They're like, oh, boo hoo, like, user 7471 like has commented like, you're a fat pig. Like,
Yeah.
right, cool. Like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
weird.
not arsed.
People in the world like leaving weird messages on YouTube or Instagram.
But they leave them off fake names.
Yeah.
This
What
is
a
just
weird life.
It's just, yeah, it's one thing that's always baffled me. Like, what if we were right in front of each other now? Would you say it? Probably not.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's why social media can be bad.
yeah, I
you've
don't
got-
care if you tell me to my face or on the screen. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can delete your comment or I can walk away from your conversation. Like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for me anyway. So,
Yeah. That's one negative of social media.
but that's for me anyway. That's one thing that like motivates me. I've always said it on this, and I'll say it for like our high rocks or whatever. Like, I want the negative stuff, because I want to turn around and just be like, fuck you.
Yeah, you love to beef them.
I want, you know, I've just wanted that fuck you money. I wanted that fuck you, you know, I don't know what you call it, like that effort to just turn around and be like, you know, I did this, we did this,
Yeah.
and you motivated me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can use it as your motivation,
Yeah.
can't you? You
My-
do hear that quite a bit.
My life's a lot better now, and yours is just still the same, but you've watched me grow for 5 years, so thank you.
Yeah. That's funny as well when people comment stuff, like taking the piss, but then if anything, they help you engagement,
Yeah.
or they help your channel grow, or
Yeah,
whatever. It's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, this content's useless. Won't watch this. What you've just watched it and commented.
Yeah,
So
class.
well done.
So
Cheers.
you heard Sam. You can stay motivated by using negative feedback, hate, or you stay disciplined. You
Yeah.
just keep striving it out, and
All in positivity. Like find someone or find a couple of people to train with that you can all motivate each other and bounce off each other. You just got to find a group of people that are willing to do it or want to do it,
yeah,
and it'll work. But it does. It takes years, and we're nowhere near that with the podcast yet, or life in general.
yeah. It's a constant. You probably never get there. You're constantly flowing through. Discipline saved me today. Motivation saved me today. Bit of both. Not got either. And you're just to-ing and fro-ing. And I guess that's the pursuit of life, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you watch like successful companies and you think, oh my God, they're huge. It's like, but they've been doing it for 10 years. No one saw them. And then now you're seeing them finally and you're like, oh, I wish I could do that. It's like, well, you can. It's going to take you 10 years.
Yeah. Did you see that thing someone said recently on Instagram? I can't remember who it was or where it was, but someone said it took me 20 years to get an overnight success.
Yeah.
It's like,
And everyone will always say it's an overnight
yeah,
success.
it took you 20 years to get an overnight success because people think, whoa, this guy just popped up.
Mm.
Like, no, they didn't. They were doing it for years and you didn't know, and no one knows because no one cares. They only care now because
Yeah.
it's big.
And think like, briefly about this. If this was an overnight success in 2-3 years, you'd look back at it and go, we posted twice a day, 7 days a week, 2 episodes a week, and everything else in between for 3 years.
Yeah.
And now we're an overnight success.
Same in gym. Like you see someone who's absolutely like physique unreal, stamina unreal, strength unreal, and you're like, fuck me, how did you do that? 10, 15
Yeah.
years in the gym,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how they did it.
I've ran 5 days a week for 5 years.
Yeah. My mate who's like an unreal runner, how do you get so good at running? He's been running since he was like 3.
Yeah. How'd you get so good at running? I run.
Yeah. It's
That's the
literally
only
that.
way to get good at running, apart from like weights a
It's
bit.
basic. A lot of life is basic stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we'll skip it, don't we?
But yeah, we overthink it.
We want like the cool, like AI, high tech supplement version. We don't want the real, oh, you want to lose weight? Eat less.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. It's just the simple stuff, basics.
Yeah. The losing weight is very basic, isn't it?
Mm.
Eat less than what you burn.
Right, well, if you're still here, thanks for listening. And if you're not yet following, liking, subscribing, commenting, please do. As we said, even the comments, just commenting saying that you agree or you disagree or you like it or you don't like it, suggestions. It really helps us. The comments, we look at every comment pretty much and we respond to every comment. So if you can, or not, just give us a like, but make sure you're following, liking, subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See you on the next one.